Hi guys, I'm Shahzad and welcome in this video. Today we're going to discuss about the arrays. Let's suppose you are going to save multiple items in a single variable. So how can you do that? You always store a specific value in a specific variable. Let's suppose you have defined the XYZ variables and you are storing the 10 value in the variable. Yes, you can do that. But what happens if you are going to store multiple values like 10, 20, 30, and also the 50? So these are the 5 values. So how can you store the 5 value in a single variables? So whenever this need, you have to use the arrays. So let's get started. Okay guys, so if you talk about the arrays, we normally use the arrays to store the multiple values. Let's suppose you have the variables, which are the simple variables. You store a single variables. You cannot store like 20 and 10 value in your variable. It will give you the error. So now save the file, go to the page, refresh the page. As you can see, it's giving you the error. So it's illegal. What happens if you need the multiple value, or you are saving or storing those values in a single variable? You cannot do this with a simple variable. You need to create a special type of variable, which is the array. If I say array, you can pass, you can call the array. So this is the built-in functions to create the array. Let's suppose you are saying 20, 30, or 45. Fine. If you use the var dump and you are storing the array, I'm saying my array, and I'm saying my array. Go to the page, refresh the page. As you can see, it's giving you the array. So the system saying that this is the array because we are using the var dump, so it always give you the data type and also the values. So the data type is array, and the length of the array is 3, and the value is available 12, 30, and 40. Make sure this is the index. Fine. So if you want to access only 30, then you have to use the 1. Fine. Make sure array always start from the 0. So if you want to access this value 12, you have to use the 0 because array start from the 0. You know very well about it. Let's suppose if you use the 2, it will print the 45. But if you use the 3, since 3 is not there, so that's why it will give you the error. You can also fetch the value by using the for each or the while loop we have already discussed about in our previous videos. Let's suppose if you are saying my array 0 and you are saying 10, I'm saying my array 1. So this is the name of the variable. Also, I'm saying 10, 20, 30, 40. If I call this array, go to the page, refresh the page, as you can see, it's giving you the 40 because you use the 0 index. If you are saying 1, 2, or 3, that's fine. Now it's giving you the values with the index. So if you use the array functions to create the array, the system automatically assign the index. Let's suppose if you use the fourth value, and now if you're calling this variable, refresh the page, as you can see, you have 4 values. Now, if you are using this method to create or to store the values in your array, then definitely you have to create the index. So this is the fourth. Now call this value or the array fourth. Refresh the page fourth. If you use the 5, since 5 is not there, that's why it's giving you the array. Make sure these are only the integer values. You can also pass the string like PHP, like Laravel, like CodeIgniter. Now, if you access this PHP, then you have to use the 0. It will give you the PHP. If you use the Access 1, fine. You say 2, then it's a coding item. You can also use the integer values, like I'm saying 10, if I'm saying 12.3. So if you are accessing this one, if 3, it will give you the integer. That means you can use different kind of data types to store those values in a simple array, because we have the multidimensional array and we also have an associative array. You can also store the array in here. Let's suppose I'm saying array, so I'm saying 12 and 30. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you access the fifth one, as you can see, it's saying that you are receiving the array with to count 0. Now if you access 0, it will print the 12. If you access 1, it will print the 13. Okay guys, if we talk about the associative array, we have a special type of array which is the associative. Now I'm saying to create the associative array, you need a key and pair value. Let's suppose I'm saying that apple, and now against the apple we have the value, let's suppose iPhone 14 Pro Max. So I'm storing this array in a variable. I'm saying zyx. If you var these variables, it will. So save the file, go to the page, refresh the page. As you can see, it's saying you have the array and the you are receiving the associative array. The length is 1. So now if you want to access this one, you have to use the key apple. So now as you can see, you are accessing the value. Now if you say apple, you are giving the wrong key, it will give you the error. You can create as many associative array as you want. Let's suppose if you are saying comma, you have to separate with the comma. Now if I say that HP, now I'm saying I have a Victus 15 gaming laptop. You can also assign the integer value or the float value. Even you can also create the array or the object here. So now if you just print the HP or access the zyx or the array, as you can see, it's giving you 2. But make sure call the HP. Now let's suppose if you are using the array here, another associative array like 1 equals to 1. Now as you can see, it's giving you the array. And how can you access this one? Just use the 1 as a key to access this one. So this is the associative array. You can create or you can define as many values as you want. So this is the key and this is the value. So you have to use the equals and greater than sign to store the values. You may have the integer, float, or any kind of data types to store the value. Okay, so now if you talk about the multi-dimensional array, like I'm saying YY, it's a array, and this is a multi-dimensional. Like I'm assigning the array inside an array. First of all, I'm saying 10, 20, comma, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. So now how can you, if you print this one, Word, save the file, go to the page, refresh the page, and we can see you are going to access all the array. But what happens if you need to access only this one? You can also do that with the 0, but it will give you the error. Save the file, go to the page, refresh the page. Okay, now 0, refresh, fine. But if you are saying that 0, 0, that means you are accessing the this index, and also this index. If you say 1, it's fine. So this is a multi-dimensional array. You may have 3 or 4 dimensional array. It's up to you. Let's suppose you can also store the values string here. Yeah, 0, 1, 2, and it's a 3. So 3 string value. Okay guys, so this is the basics concepts of the arrays. You can store the multiple types or the data types by calling a particular array. So I hope guys you are enjoying our video. So thank you for watching.